Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today we're going to be looking at the anatomy of a winning blog post. So you probably have a website out there, you're selling some type of digital or physical product, and you might be wondering, why isn't my website getting any traffic? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what structure I would use in order to not only generate traffic for your brand, but also satisfy your users' needs. Because that's basically the whole point of, of creating a blog post, right? So satisfy your users' intent of search. So if that sounds interesting for you guys, let's go ahead and jump in. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, please feel free to like and subscribe. All right, so let's jump in. I am here in Arval's blog, right? Arval.com, as you can see up here. And basically, if you scroll down, you see a bunch of different pages that they've written, right? Let's just click on one of these examples. And now we are in one of their blog posts, right? So I'm just going to scroll down really quick and kind of get to the bottom and then go all the way up. And the first thing that we kind of notice on this page, and this is kind of like universal throughout their whole website, is that they have these two banners, right? They have this first one, which is basically like, a banner linking to a specific course. This, for example, is a free masterclass. And that's pretty important to also have in your blog post, right? Because many of the people might be searching this from, let's say, Google. And using these top banners is a great way to collect leads, collect emails, give certain discounts, give some type of seasonal promotion. And apart from the banner, I mean, they have the standard nav bar, right? Where you can read more about their business. And you can also, well, I'm logged in, but you can also register to sign up, but you can register for free to start with 3 different blog posts, right? A second thing to keep in mind is not only having the name, right? Their author is Vasco Monteiro, but they also have a specific social link to this author's social media, right? In this case, it's Twitter. So if you click on that Twitter icon, it takes you over here, right? So, and that basically brings trust to the reader, right? Not only seeing the name and reading a little bit of a description about them, but also being able to actually interact with their social media accounts, saying, okay, they have more than 9,000 followers. That means that they have, they're not fake, they're pretty legit. And another great thing, obviously, is with this 26 minutes read. Some people might have less time, some people might have more, but this all in all is a great, good thing to have in your blog post, right? So all in all, just before we actually start reading the actual blog article, we get 2 call to actions right up here on the banner and nav bar, and we get a good glimpse of how long ago this was posted, how recent this is, how long this read is going to be, and of course the trust with the author. Now going down, we can start reading the blog post, and we get this left column over here. So this left column is actually a great way to again add another call to action. In this case, not only do they have the email input over here, but they also have an image that kind of represents the product, and they have a title and description text, plus some nice moving icons over here, kind of showing the USPs of their product. On the side column, not only could you add some type of call to action like this, but you can also add some type of about text, about more about this author, for example, or more about the product in general. And one thing I've seen other people do is also adding a section over here on this left column that kind of shows other high traffic pages inside of their website that they can link to as internal links over here, right? So it would be call to action, about is another thing, and kind of these links to other pages. So this specific article is about finding a full guide to Wix SEO expert costs into 2025. And there are, different types of internal links that you can find here, like this one. So one of the handy, affordable SEO tools to help you get started on your research for hiring Wix SEO expert is Journalist AI's article writing tool. This AI article writer for SEO. So basically these underlined texts work as internal linking to this Arval website. So if I were to open this in a new tab, for example, affordable SEO tools, you can see top 18 affordable SEO tools, which was written about a month ago. And this is a must-have for your blog post. Not only could you add internal links, but you could add external links as well. So for example, what does a Wix expert do? You can click on this in a new tab, and it basically shows you what a Wix SEO expert does, basically the job description and requirements, right? So a good combination between these two types of links, internal and external, is, important to have in throughout your blog post. And as you can see, as we scroll down, we see there are different types of subsections with larger fonts. For example, this is like an H2. This would be something like an H3, right? And this one would be like some type of H4. And this is kind of important to have a good, text hierarchy throughout your blog post. Not only that, but include images, right? Kind of images that represent the different chapters, right? Keep them in the same consistency, like right under this H2 title, we have one image, and then in the next H2 title, we have the next image, and so on and so forth. This consistency is going to make the user that's actually reading this blog post, it's going to make it easier for them to actually read the blog post. And then at the very end of this blog post, if we scroll all the way to the bottom, it's very important to kind of wrap up your blog post in some type of conclusion, right? Their conclusion, for example, is, their call to action: get 3 articles when you sign up today. And yeah, it's basically a good way to kind of wrap up the whole conversation. And basically what they're saying is that with their tool, this AI SEO writer, they're going to basically help. It's basically going to replace this Wix SEO expert with AI, right? With their tool. So that's why this is kind of like the conclusion that they're using. So this call to action, right? And kind of reinstating that promise that they're giving you. Again, at the end of the conclusion, right, we have related reading. So we have different types of related articles. For example, this one was about Wix, and this can be about Webflow. This next one, right, top 10 Webflow SEO tools. And then at the very end, again, reinstating this call to action with a very similar style as the one on the left, but at the very end. And obviously the craziest thing about all of this, right, is that this is all generated with AI. So everything from title creation to this calculation over here, to the different types of text, to the understanding your website and knowing what internal links to use, knowing what external links to use, knowing how many chapters it should add in your blog post, how long it should be, how short it should be, having different types of content formats like this, for example, with lists, with pure links, and even generating images like AI images, right? All of this is done with AI. And yeah, some of you might think that, writing with AI is not a good idea because Google might kind of understand that it's AI and might rank you lower. That's not true. You can be a little baby, you can be a monkey, you can be a parrot. Doesn't matter who you are, as long as you're satisfying the user's search intent. And Arval does a pretty good job at that. And you can start with 3 free articles. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to start off with a free article just to show you how the process is of basically starting from scratch. And basically I'm in my dashboard right now, and you can start off with an SEO article like they did right over here, right? Or you can do an AI news article, an Amazon single product review if you have some type of Amazon product, or YouTube to blog post, right? If you're a YouTuber and you want to kind of turn your YouTube videos into a blog post, you can do that as well here. In this case, we're going to go ahead and click on SEO article. And the first thing that it's prompting us to do is to add SEO keywords. So in this case, we can write something similar to this. I'm going to just get this Wix SEO expert cost in 2025. Just copy this, paste this over here. And if you have several different keywords that you've researched, you can also import them over here in this tab. Once we do that, it takes us to our campaigns and auto blog. So we can go there, and down here we can see our new keyword that we added. So let's just click on this pen tool, and here's where the fun happens, right? Here's where all the content is generated, and where you have also, it's not just generated and you don't have control, you have total control of everything, right? So for example, let's generate a title based on this focus keyword. So for example, the title that they generated was What to Expect, Wix SEO's Expert Costs in 2025. And we can generate a few other keywords, and it generates some keywords for us. Wix SEO pricing trends, cost of hiring experts, services expenses, consultant fees, affordable Wix SEO solutions. So these are great relatable keywords based on this focus keyword. Then we can go over here to outline, and this is where you basically create an outline. You can do this, manually by creating a heading. For example, heading 2 would be, if we go over here, it would be this one, right? What is a Wix SEO expert? So we could do that manually, and we can say like we really want to have like these 3 titles, and then the rest you can generate with AI, right? That could totally be possible, but in this case, let's just try to generate everything with AI, generating an outline. And then it generates basically this outline of these different topics: understanding Wix SEO services, factors influencing these costs, experience and expertise of the SEO expert, scope of services offered, geographic location and market rates. So it's a bunch of different information, and it understands that at the end there needs to be some type of conclusion. And budgeting also before the end is a great choice. This is basically the outline. We can go next to content, and in content we can basically change the language. So target country, in my case I can choose the United States, but if you're located in Germany or in Japan or in South Africa, you can choose your target language. Tone of voice, for example, you can choose funny, informal, academic, neutral. In this case we can choose something, well, last time I put sarcastic, but we can choose something else. I'd like to hear, for example, informal, to see how that looks like. So basically the tone of voice, you can match it with your brand's tone. Point of view, we can make it, first person plural, first person singular. In this case, let's make it first person plural. And formality, let's make it informal. Here's where where it also gets fun. You can connect a knowledge base based on your website, for example. So if you have a website, you can add it to the knowledge base. For formatting, we can include all of these. We can remove some things, like for example, we don't want tables or quotes. We can remove that. For the structure, we can add a specific call to action. So for example, we can click on this, and this course can be that call to action. So let's just go like that. Key takeaways that they can add at the start of each article, which is also a great thing to have, that improves SEO. And the article size 5 to 8 headings, which seems fair. Inside of internal linking, you can add your site's sitemap. So for example, I'm adding Arval's sitemap over here. We can filter a pattern or exclude certain things. For example, so I can put, for example, blog or blog. I think it's blog, right? Yes. So I'm just going to include this blog so that basically most of the internal links would link to these other blog posts. External linking, they can the AI can automatically scrape the internet to find relative articles, which is pretty interesting. Or you can include your own links that you find relevant, that you want to also include, that are external, not from your website. And here, for example, these images, we have different types of image providers. We have AI images, stock photos, or custom images, right? Custom images, if I click on this, we can filter by a folder. I don't have any folder right now, but what you can do is you can basically insert a folder of images based on your, blog posts. You can add stock photos or create images with AI. Let's just test that for today. And here we can add some custom styling. So let's add, for example, anime style for the images. Let's click on Save Changes. And over here we have different YouTube videos. We could, manually add the videos, or we can automatically find and include relevant YouTube videos. So let's click on Save Changes. And once we're done, we can click on X and we can generate the article like that. And once it's done, we can go ahead and click, and we can already see this anime image with this featured image. You can see anime professional viewing website data with futuristic background. And we can already start seeing what to expect. Wix SEO expert cost in 2025. We have a table of content that is auto-generated, right? That we can include in our blog post. We have a introduction text. We have key takeaways, understanding Wix SEO services, and basically we have different types of links. So let's just, for example, click on this one, open this in a new tab, and you can see that this is an internal link based on this knowledge hub that we gave it. The sitemap that we gave it. We gave it our website sitemap, which is arval.com, and it understands Squarespace SEO services, and it links us to this blog post, 8 key components of effective Squarespace SEO services, which is just 3 weeks old, which is great. We can click on more links over here. So let's open this on a new tab. And you can see that this is also another internal link, which is great to see, right? We can click on this one, for example, and this is one external link. So SEO pricing, how much does SEO cost in 2025? So keep in mind that SEO pricing can fluctuate based on location. Interesting. So for example, if I were to go in this external link and search for location, right, we have different types of keywords here that link to location. As you can see, it also generated some types of tables, right? So hourly consulting, basic site audit, comprehensive SEO plan, monthly SEO management, with these different estimated costs on the right. And we can see some more anime type of images that were being rendered by the AI. So you can see an anime guy with a computer and the word SEO in the background. Pretty cool. And at the very end, in the conclusion, we have a call to action. Visit our website for helpful resources and tips. So we can just click that, and that's that free course link that I added as a call to action. So that's coming up at the very end, which is exactly what I wanted. And then we get some FAQs, which is also a very important thing to have that I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. It's also included, right? And after this is done, we can just go ahead and publish the article, right? We can select a specific integration. I have, for example, Zapier integration, but you can integrate directly to Webflow, to WordPress, to Shopify. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.